what the heck is contouring and how do you do it? Hi, I'm Stephanie with Imbue, a company dedicated to empowering women through beauty. Today you'll learn how to contour the face. I'll be using a bronzer, an opalescent shadow, a narrow blush brush, and a fluffy contour brush. So I'm going to start with my bronzer and my blush brush on my lovely model Britt here. And I like to start the contour right underneath the cheekbones. So the easiest way to find how to place your bronzer is to make a fish face. So I'm going to ask Britt to make fish face for me here. Nailed it. And then we'll use the bronzer and the blush brush right on the side of her cheek here. And you'll notice that this brush, I'll turn her so that you can see it, is a little more narrow, which is going to help you place the color more easily. And I'm not going to blend it right away so that you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Can I have you make the fish face again? Perfect. So you can see how that accentuates right where to put your color. And I'll blend that out after we do the other side. And I'm using a matte shade of bronzer here because the whole purpose of a contour is to absorb the light and create depth. So I prefer to use something that doesn't have any shimmer. You can also use a foundation color that's 3 to 4 shades darker than your skin tone. That works just fine too. So I'm going to leave these a little bit dramatic for the sake of demonstration. So in a proper contour, we'll also do along the hairline. And you want to work this into any sort of recessions that you have. And press it into the hairline. You don't want to be able to see white scalp. Lovely. And then we're also going to go along the jaw, and this creates the illusion of having a really strong jawline. So we'll go right here. I'll turn it to the side so you can see a little bit better. And create a shadow right underneath her jaw. So the whole purpose of contouring is to create the illusion of that perfect Kate Moss bone structure. Now I'm using a smaller brush, again with my bronzer, and I'm going to put this right along the edges of the nose. So this is going to have a slimming effect on the nose. Do this on the other side as well. Again, I'm doing this extra dramatic so that you can see exactly where everything should go. So I've grabbed my large brush again, and I'm going to go in and blend out all of the harsh lines. So I'm using a circular motion and blending up onto the cheekbone. You don't want it to look like you've painted stripes on your face. And the fingers work really well as well. I'm going to blend along her jawline, along the hairline here, and on the other side. If you get a little too much product on here, which can happen, you can go ahead and add a little bit of your powder foundation color over the top to soften it. So I'm blending this color all the way up into her hairline so you don't end up with any white patches here. You want your contour to look, again, like it's her natural bone structure. And then I'll use my fluffy brush too to blend out the sides of her nose. So now I'm going to kick it up a notch and do a highlight to contrast with my contouring. I'm using a shimmery shade and that smaller brush again, the same one that we used on the edges of her nose for a contour. Just make sure that you dust it off a little bit to get the darker color off. And a good way to think about your highlight is to think about all of the high points of the face and where the light is going to reflect off. So that's why we're using a shimmery shade, because these are the parts of the face that we want to make more pronounced. So I'm going to start with cheekbones because everyone loves cheekbones. We'll start right up here on the top of the bone. And I'm working it in a nice arch under her eye. And again, like with the contouring, I'm going to leave it a little bit dramatic so that you can see it, and then blend it out at the end. So you can use a sparkly, shimmery shade for this as well. If you're concerned with drawing attention to fine lines in the face, stay away from too much glitter, because this can draw attention to all of those fine lines and wrinkles. And instead use a foundation color that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than your natural skin tone. And that works just fine. So now I'm going to move up into the forehead, working from the center outwards in circles. And then I'll go down the center of the bridge of her nose. And then on the center of her chin with those small circles again. So now I'm going to go in and blend out the highlight color with that same brush that we used for the contouring. Again, dust it off to make sure that you have the dark color off. And then blend in circles. This way you don't have any harsh lines and everything looks like it's natural. Turn you a little bit here. Contouring and highlighting helps you define the features that you love and bring out your own natural beauty. Please leave me any questions or comments below. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.